you see him running in first, and he's like already in black, and he runs straight towards his drink, which is the only thing that's actually in focus. So it foreshadows that that's what he's coming to, and usually a figure in black running means that there's problems, like that he's now talking to Mr. Robinson, and you can kind of hear in his voice that he's really worried, and he's on the third with his back to us, while Mr. Robinson is in the middle coming through the entrance, which is also the exit to the room, and he's lit up really brightly, and then he walks out, and as they turn, you can kind of see that Mr. Robinson's a little over him in height, and that like the shadow behind him like kind of like closes off a lot of the light.
He asked him if he wanted scotch and bourbon. He said bourbon, but he got scotch, which kind of foreshadows that he doesn't really care much about what he's thinking. Well, he does now, but in the future he won't very much. And then he's indicating, right now he's indicating that Ben is younger because he's putting a lot more ice cubes into Ben's than in his own.
And on that note, Mrs. Robinson knew that he wanted bourbon. Mr. Robinson knew that he just gave him scotch. They weren't really on the same page. So Miss Robinson understood. And then we're back to the really far away, like they're pulled all the way to the very edges of the frame. Not so much as when Miss Robinson was there, but both of them, only like half of their face is lit, and you can really see just barely their eyes. And I can't see anything. And now he's really worried, oh no, what's he gonna say? And we start seeing the foreshadowing of, well, how long have we known your father? Or have I known your father? And it's kind of like, this is what his guilt is that, oh, he knows my father, and then what about my wife? And he's kind of freaking out now that he's about to talk about women as well. Also, holding down the fort, Mr. Robinson just like spit the cigar, and we kind of see that he just turns around and just spits it, like he owns that house. And they're all in the dark with one chair, but like the only thing that's lit up is in the entrance to the hallway, which is his escape, which will also provide when Miss Robinson walks in.
Yes, what she was saying about the escape. In a minute, Miss Robinson comes down and she's blocking the escape, like right there. He can't get out now because she's blocking the escape. That's the light at the end of the tunnel, and she's the person in the way. She's kind of dark and in the way. And now, Mr. Robinson saying, have a good time with the girls, which is kind of what he ends up doing.
When Miss Robinson first walks in, she is in the middle and the two are on the opposite thirds, but now Ben is kind of trapped in the middle between both of them. And both of them are smoking and looking to the left while he is not smoking and looking to the right. And now that we're all in the light, we can see that Miss Robinson is in a fancy dress, and she is in focus on the main third while they talk about, oh, you have to fight off the girls. And even though she's not talking, her face is what we focus on by her thinking, so we begin to go into her head of what she's thinking while they're talking. And we're about to cut out because once she follows behind them, she almost completely obscures them. So now we're on the outside. Oh, and also Benjamin and Mr. Robinson are wearing like the same color if you look at their shirts, but one of them is dark. Ben is wearing something that's dark, which goes along with Miss Robinson, while Mr. Robinson isn't actually kept in the dark, like he doesn't know what's going on, and he's wearing the light colors. He's the innocent one now.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please, for this afternoon's feature attraction.